On.
If the radio thing doesn't work out for you, you clearly have a job as a window cleaner.
And it's time for this.
Ocean Drives films with Eclipse Dine In Cinemas Bundoran. Now serving pizza, hot dogs, ice cream, and more to your seat. Find out more at Eclipse.
Well, folks, every so often we get an exciting movie. And this is the day. Collies is live from Eclipse Cinemas in Bundoran. He just can't wait to get on the radio to tell you about The Odyssey.
There is no doubt that for all your intros usually set me up for a fall, this time the hyperbole is not enough. Like, this is exactly the case. Ever since I saw this movie, I was going, oh, I wonder what I'm going to say to Shamey about this one, because everything about this has been epic. The fuss before it, the trailers. Even we're going to play the trailer now, which, in the way of Christopher Nolan movies, it was the same with Oppenheimer. Doesn't really say a lot what it's about, but you get the feeling of it, don't you?
You
Um,
do.
but since it was announced straight after he won the Oscars, it's funny. Cillian Murphy said, "I'm going to make a small little Irish movie," which was small things like these, which was excellent. But he wanted to use his power to make something small after all the awards. Christopher Nolan said, "I want to make maybe the biggest story ever told. It is the famous Greek Odyssey." We'll play the clip and then I'll tell you all about the movie.
That's kind of a bit of it. Help me go home, and it is a journey, isn't it?
Well, that's it. And it's funny because I was talking to a couple of people who I saw the movie with, right? And we all had different levels of knowledge of the story of the Odyssey. But of course, it turns out when they watched it, the two lads who didn't know that much about it went, "Of course I knew all about it because I've seen it, copied everything from The Simpsons to James Joyce to, the greatest journey ever, the kids movie about the animals, all of that sort of stuff, Call of the Wild, because it's that story of how to get home after the war, after the event. So this movie starts off, it's 8 years after the fall of Troy, the wooden horse of Troy. That was Odysseus's idea. He's the hero of Troy. All the other heroes have eventually come home, but there's still no sign of him, and his wife is patiently waiting at home with her son Telemachus, which is Tom Holland's character, who's we're going to see in Spider-Man in 2 weeks. So big, big stars all around, and all the like vultures. There's all these suitors around saying the husband is dead. We want to be king. We want to take this, and she's wondering where the hell is he? What's happening to him? And then it kind of flashes back, and we find out what has happened to Matt Damon, Odysseus after the war. However, that does not sum up even 1% of the movie. And I must admit, as it starts off, it is very mythical. It's very, not old fashioned, but do you know the epics we grew up with, Jamie, that you used to have on telly, all the sword and sorcery and sandal ones? It's
Yeah.
that big scale. And now, one thing they don't do is nobody talks in that English accent they all used to have in the Roman and Greek movies, and they use their own accents, and it probably works as well as everyone sounding like Laurence Olivier, because Greek people didn't sound like that either. But it was kind of
Well, they actually
low
spoke
key.
Greek.
Yeah, it was all Greek to you. It was all quite low key for the first 20 minutes. I was going, oh, this looks really pretty and stuff like that. But wow, 3 hours. This, I don't know if this is gonna hold me. And then, bang, Shamey, the first action scene happened, and I was back in my seat, right? And you go, oh
Now you
my
got to
God.
tell people where you watch this.
Oh, I did watch it at the Irish premiere at the IFI. Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you for helping me name drop.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which was
Thanks
great.
for the invite, by the way.
And can we say thank you to Universal Studios? You never know, they might be listening. And they might be let me to go see something else. But absolutely stunned. And you could see everyone else because it was a packed house, and as it will be for the next 2 weeks, Jamie. But it was visceral. You could feel it. And there's something about this. So obviously there are effects made in this because there are monsters and all sorts of mythical creatures in it. But there's something about it. He built the boat, he built the castles, he builds all this stuff. And whatever way you use the effects and the noise, there's one bit where they're fighting these giant soldiers, and as the sword comes, I swear you can feel it because of the sound, right? I don't know how he does it, but it is so impressive. I was on edge. I didn't know what was going to happen. It's just building tension, tension, tension. And people who've seen things like Oppenheimer will understand this. A lot of that movie is just close-ups of Cillian Murphy's face with
Yeah.
music, and it was so tense. This is, I think it's a better movie for a start, but especially because for me, then I was really enjoying myself. But about the last hour, when it really cranks up, Spinal Tap style, it goes up to 11, I suddenly realized why you make this movie now, right? And it's not just Christopher Nolan going, I always liked those stories. And, because there are like Cyclops and witches and stuff like that in it. So you might be going, I don't like that silly stuff. And then I realized it was never about that. They are the metaphors, they are analogies. And what I think it's about, and I don't want to say it because I don't want to ruin anyone. When the revelation came to me about what it's about and why it relates to today, I was blown away. I just thought, that is so clever. That is brilliant. I've been thinking about it nonstop for 3 days. And it's not often when you see a 3 hour movie, you go, I want to see it again as soon as possible, right? I want to absorb it all. All the actors are amazing. Like some of them, like Anne Hathaway, Zendaya, Charlize Theron, Tom Holland. They're not big roles, but they're vital roles. All the actors are good. Anyone who plays one of the soldiers or the sailors is really good. But Matt Damon holds it on together as this haunted, traumatized war hero. And I don't know if you're an expert on the Odyssey and the Iliad and Greek mythology.
Not really, not really.
No, I was talking to the radio you rather than you in particular, Shabby. But I don't know if you are that maybe you go, oh, that bit was not right. But I don't think that matters. It's like when people do Hamlet again and they're doing it for our times. Yes. I think Christopher Nolan is talking about our times and what's going on in the world now. I think you're going to love this. I think people are going to love it. The hype is real.
Yeah, but I mean, all the stuff we've seen so far about it and the hype or whatever, and the actual trouble he's gone to make this movie and to make it in that format, the biggest format you can.
That's it. And you can see, people go, oh, the amount of money. You can see where the money is. Like the wooden horse of Troy. I've never seen the horse done like this. It's slightly different. And they built it. You can see that it's proper wood. They didn't just go, we'll do it on the computer. We get AI to do it. No, they got proper craftsmen to build it. It is.
Does make a difference.
It's good. Yeah, it's going to win all the Oscars, I would imagine, next year. It's just fabulous. And the fact, I know we'll run out of time. The fact there's 50 people in Bundoran at the moment going to see it on a hot Friday afternoon, that shows you it's going to be huge.
Okay, right. Missed It Monday, you're bringing back Backrooms?
Yeah, another movie that was huge in a very different way. So the Odyssey supposedly cost about 300 million. This cost about 3. And including all the advertising, and was a massive hit. And this was teenagers, and he's 20 now, making movies that they want to see. And it goes to show you, we went on about this a lot at the time, I think, Jamie, that if you make stuff that intrigues young people, they will come to the cinema. The stuff about, they've no interest in it. They do if you talk to them and give them the opportunity to make their own movies. This is a really creepy, weird movie. And it's hard to describe, but I thought it was brilliant partly because I didn't know what was going on. It was unsettling. And what it is
There's a lot of yellow in it, wasn't
there? Yeah. And I suppose it's probably about isolation and maybe how even you and I are doing this over the internet and we're together but not together, and how you can switch off the computer and then you're still isolated and alone. And I think it's about that. I think it's a
scary movie, folks.
Yeah, one of the
scary stuff.
More unsettling. Really clever. And that's only $5.50.
5:50 Monday. That is Backrooms. Right. Next Friday we are coming to you live from the Eclipse Cinemas in Bundoran because we're celebrating something.
It's our birthday. Yes,
hey!
25 years of Eclipse Cinemas Bundoran. So we wanted to throw a shindig, and no one else could be the MC, the master of ceremonies, other than Mr. Shamey McManus. So we had to bring Ocean FM down for the party. Lots of family games and stuff like that. It's about the movies, but it's more about the community who have been so good to us for the last 25 years, Shamey. There's not a lot of businesses who get to be open all year round for that, and it's only thanks to the locals. So can't wait for it.
Hey, thank you. See you Friday.
See you Friday.